Good morning and welcome to CYN News. I'm sitting here with Senior Design Team 11, two of their members, Keegan and Colin. We're here to talk about a little device that they are designing. Can you tell me a little bit about what you've been tasked with doing this semester?
So our client has tasked us with creating a device that will be able to measure a small amount of charge between a shell and the actual pin that holds the voltage signal they're trying to translate. And basically, to bring that down a little bit, if you think about the cable that you plug into the back of your TV, it's called a coax cable, and it works by having a metal shell surrounding a small wire, and that metal shell is used to actually enhance the signal and make sure it doesn't get interfered with by other cables it's near. So our client is worried that there's going to be a small amount of charge accumulated on that shell, and they want to know how much is being stored there, and they want us to figure out something that can measure it for them.
Who is your client?
Our client is Honeywell.
So far, what is the timeline looking like for this project?
So far for our project, at the beginning of the semester, we have been researching a design for our project, and now that we have found a design, we will be implementing a circuit that deals with low voltage, and then once we are able to get that design to work, the next semester we will try to get the high voltage to work, and then at the end get it all working.
Are you guys aware of any applications that they're intending to use this project in, or?
Well, we're not permitted to discuss the applications of this project. It's going to be going with their test engineering department, we can tell you that, and Honeywell's fairly secretive with what they want this to do, so that's about all we can discuss with that.
Okay. So it will be in a laboratory environment then? It won't, like outside conditions, weathering, and things like that are not of concern for the design?
Yes, this is only going to be a few models made just to help with their testing of the products they are worried about.
Okay. Without getting too technical, can you describe how the circuit is operating to measure the charge?
So if you think about it like this, charge is just a few ions or electrons being accumulated or missing from the shell. And what we're trying to do is figure out how many are sitting there. And to do this, we are going to put in a small component that's called a capacitor. And a capacitor works very specifically, and there's a direct correlation between the amount of charge and the voltage across the capacitor. We are measuring the voltage across this capacitor, which will allow us to know the charge, and then we're going to convert that data into a digital number that we should be able to read through the average computer.
So what are the types of issues that you guys have faced with this project, and how have you overcome some of them? Or what do you plan on facing in the future?
So some of the challenge that we have had is getting a high voltage power supply. We asked our professor and our academic advisor if they could help us with this problem, but they could not help us with it because they don't have one. And then we went to the Ames laboratory and other places around Ames to try to find one, and they were also not able to help us. So then we went to our client Honeywell, and they were able to send us a high voltage supply.
Okay. So it's my understanding that there's more than just you two in the group. What is the group dynamic essence that you guys have going on, or what are your individual roles? What are your team members' individual roles? How do you work together with that?
So I am the team report manager, so I inspect all the reports and make sure that the grammar and everything is looking good. Keegan, you are
I'm the chief engineer, which basically just means that I'm in charge of everyone while they're looking at different designs and implementing these different designs in the actual board.
So then everyone else has different roles, and everyone collaborates, and we make sure everyone understands what's going on with our project when we are designing our circuit or presenting. We make sure everyone's on the same page.
So you said there is going to be a presentation at the end of this semester, I believe?
Yep.
And what do you plan on including in that presentation?
So far, we plan to include everything we've been able to accumulate over the semester, which is different research methods on this topic, and our own circuitry, and go in depth explaining what we plan to place into the circuit, and then also have a brief test plan whenever we actually get to the testing phase, and explain basically to our client and Iowa State University how our whole process has gone and will continue to go.
Okay, well, I think that's all I have for you guys for now. Thank you for coming out and talking with me about this project. It seems very interesting. Wish you guys the best on it.
Thanks for having us.
No problem.
Thank you.
This has been CYN News. Good night.